Welcome to Sports Exchange. I'm your host, Xavier, and tonight we're tracking the biggest plays, wildest performances, and how each move shakes up the sports market. We're starting with Wild Card Weekend. Let's break down who was eliminated and who moved one step closer to a championship. In one of the biggest upsets of Wild Card Weekend, the defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles fell to the San Francisco 49ers 23-19. The Eagles started strong, with Jalen Hurts connecting with Saquon Barkley for a 29-yard run. But after the first quarter, Philly's offense went cold, managing only 36 yards in the third quarter. Hurts finished with just 168 passing yards and one touchdown. A.J. Brown was held in check with 3 catches and several critical drops, and on late drives, Philly couldn't finish, including a stalled 4th and 11 late in the fourth quarter. Conservative play calling and costly mistakes held the Eagles back. Meanwhile, Brock Purdy delivered when it counted, throwing for 262 yards and 2 touchdowns. In a clever trick play, wide receiver Jawan Jennings threw a deep 29-yard pass for a touchdown to Christian McCaffrey. McCaffrey scored again late in the fourth quarter with a decisive 4-yard touchdown reception. San Francisco's defense also made a game-sealing stop on Philly's final drive. In the end, the Eagles' lack of explosive plays, stalled drives, and crucial drops handed the 49ers the upset and sends the defending champs home. The Rams survived Carolina 34-31 thanks to Matthew Stafford, who led a game-winning drive capped by a late touchdown pass with under a minute left. Puka Nacua was electric all game, but the difference was experience. Stafford closed, while the Panthers couldn't get a final defensive stop despite a strong showing from Bryce Young. Buffalo edged Jacksonville 27-24 behind Josh Allen's late heroics. Allen converted a critical 4th down with his legs, then scored the go-ahead touchdown himself. The Jaguars had chances, but a late turnover by Trevor Lawrence sealed their fate. New England advanced with a 16-3 defensive win, completely smothering the Chargers. The Patriots controlled field position, forced mistakes, and never let Los Angeles find rhythm offensively. Houston dominated Pittsburgh 30-6, with C.J. Stroud setting the tone early and the Texans' defense overwhelming the Steelers. Pittsburgh couldn't sustain drives, and the loss symbolized a season-long offensive struggle. Chicago stunned Green Bay 31-27 with a massive fourth-quarter comeback. Caleb Williams flipped the game late, making big throws under pressure as the Bears erased a double-digit deficit and stole the rivalry win. 8 NFL coaches were fired less than a week after the end of the 2025 NFL regular season. Mike McDaniel of the Miami Dolphins, John Harbaugh of the Baltimore Ravens, Jonathan Gannon of the Arizona Cardinals, Pete Carroll of the Las Vegas Raiders, Kevin Stefanski of the Cleveland Browns, and Raheem Morris of the Atlanta Falcons. Let's talk more about Harbaugh being fired by the Ravens. After being 8-9 and severely underachieving, the bottom line was that Lamar, or longtime head coach Harbaugh, had to go for this team to successfully move forward. Lamar Jackson is currently a much better quarterback than John Harbaugh is a coach. He's carrying the Ravens more than Harbaugh was leading them. That was the deciding factor. This is not a knock on Harbaugh. Lamar is on pace to go down as a top 5 quarterback in NFL history, and already is the #1 dual-threat quarterback ever. Harbaugh will land on his feet and get another coaching job, and hopefully the Ravens embrace whoever takes over and take things to the next level. As disappointing of a season as this was, Lamar is a 29-year-old in his prime and a generational talent. It's nearly impossible to replace that. Talks have already started about a potential new contract extension. Myles Garrett finished the 2025 NFL season with 23 sacks, breaking the NFL single-season sack record. He surpassed the previous mark of 22.5 sacks shared by Michael Strahan in 2001 and T.J. Watt in 2021. Garrett not only set a new record, he did it in Week 18, the last game of the season, with his 23rd sack against the Cincinnati Bengals. Garrett's season was dominance. He had 3 games with at least 3 sacks and a Browns single-game record of 5 sacks in Week 8 versus the Patriots. Breaking a record that stood for decades puts Garrett in all-time great territory. Not just the best this season, but one of the best ever. Browns still ended the season 5-12. With a few good games under his belt, Shedeur should be the 2026 season Week 1 starter, and hopefully the offense can start to complement the production the defense and Myles Garrett are putting on the field. Barcelona took down Real Madrid 3-2 on Sunday night, and this El Clasico had everything: goals, momentum swings, and fallout that reshaped Real Madrid's season. Barcelona set the tone early with aggressive pressing and quick ball movement. Rafinha opened the scoring, exploiting space down the wing and finishing past Thibaut Courtois. Real Madrid responded through Vinicius Jr., whose pace caused problems and brought Madrid back into the match. Just before halftime, Robert Lewandowski delivered a massive moment, a calm, composed finish that put Barcelona back in front and shifted momentum heading into the break. Madrid continued to push and the game opened up, but once again, Rafinha struck, scoring his second of the night after a deflected effort found the net. Despite late pressure from Real Madrid, Barcelona's defense held firm, and key saves preserved the lead as the clock wound down. Barcelona were sharper in transition, more clinical in front of goal, and better organized when it mattered most. Real Madrid struggled defensively and lacked cohesion in midfield during critical stretches. The match didn't move the La Liga standings, but it sent a clear message about where both teams are headed. That decline, capped by this loss, ultimately led to Real Madrid firing their head coach Xabi Alonso, signaling major changes ahead as the club looks to reset its season. Barcelona win the Clásico, and Real Madrid are left searching for answers. Arsenal are still at the top of the Premier League. This is due to Bukayo Saka's goals and creativity, Martin Odegaard's control, and William Saliba anchoring the defense. Second and third place go to Manchester City and Aston Villa. City cling close with Erling Haaland leading the Golden Boot race. Aston Villa remain right behind, getting big contributions from Ollie Watkins and defensive leadership all season. In fourth, Liverpool rely on Hugo Ekitike and Cody Gakpo's goals as well as solid midfield play. Brentford continue to surprise everyone at fifth, with Igor Thiago among the league's top scorers this year. Newcastle sits sixth after a dramatic match week 21 win against Leeds United. Bruno Guimaraes is shining in midfield and Nick Woltemade is emerging as a key attacking threat. Seventh place goes to Manchester United, who are relying on creativity and defensive work to stay competitive. Eighth and ninth are Chelsea and Fulham. Chelsea lean on Cole Palmer's creativity, while Fulham thrive on smart signings and team chemistry. Rounding out the top 10 is Sunderland, whose consistency keeps them in striking distance of the top half. Before we end the show, I want to hear from the fans. Which wildcard win surprised you the most? Who do you think is going to win it all? Did your team make the right call firing their coach? And after Barcelona took down Real Madrid, is the balance of power shifting? Drop your takes in the comments. And that's today's Sports Exchange. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.